Hi, good morning and welcome to a meditation. Today is the 2nd of November. I would like to read in Proverbs chapter 15 verse 29. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. Who is this righteous person of whom God hears the prayer? I would like to read in Matthew chapter 7. At the end of the Sermon on the Mountain that started in Matthew chapter 5, Jesus is going to say this. Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. Away from me. What a strong, hard word to hear from Jesus at the last day, at Judgment Day. What is Jesus telling these people? It's extremely important and is going to help us to understand what a righteous person is. I never knew you. What does it mean? We're going to read the two verses that precedes this verse 23, verses 21 and 22, and this will probably help us to understand what Jesus is saying here. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. So we understand now that a righteous person is a person who does the will of the Father. And Paul praying for the Colossian church in Colossians chapter 1 verse 9 says, I pray that you will be filled with the knowledge of the will of God. To be filled with the knowledge of the will of God. That's what a righteous person is. And then Jesus keeps on speaking in verse 22 of Matthew chapter 7. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? They have performed miracles, they have prophesied, and they even drove out demons. But Jesus tells them in verse 23, I never knew you. When you read when Matthew writes about the encounter of Mary with the angel Gabriel, Mary says this, he uses the same verb that that he was using when Jesus spoke to those people. The angel told Mary that she would be pregnant, and then she tells the angel, I never knew, I don't know any man. Does it mean that Mary used to live in the same island where Diana, Wonder Woman lived? In that fiction, Wonder Woman? There were only women there, so Diana never knew a man before she met Steve. Is that what Mary is saying here? There was no men in Mary's village? Actually, what she's telling the angel is that I have never been with men. I have never had any sexual relation with a man. I'm a virgin. That's what she's saying. But the verb used here is the verb to know. When Jesus tells those people, I don't know you, what he's telling them is that there is no relation between you and I. No relationship. I don't know you and you don't know me. He was actually saying, you don't belong to me. And I don't belong to you. Paul writing to Timothy in 2 Timothy 2:19 says, Nevertheless, God's solid foundation stands firm, sealed with this inscription, the Lord knows those who are his, and everyone who confesses the name of the Lord must turn away from wickedness. So the Lord knows his people, and they know him. They have a relationship with him. So you can say, Lord, Lord, but if you don't know him, if you haven't got if you haven't got a relationship with him, you don't belong to him. So you need to understand that. That's what a righteous person is. Is a person who turns away from what is evil because they belong to God. God bless you.